Hey there, deep divers. Welcome back to the show, and for those of you just joining us, a big welcome to you too. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future deep dives. Today, we're taking you on a journey through the world of SAARC. Now, whether you're a seasoned UPSC aspirant prepping for GS2, a student curious about international relations, or just someone who wants to understand the forces shaping South Asia, this deep dive is for you.
You know, most people have heard of SAARC. It pops up in the news, maybe in a textbook, but it's often just a name. What's fascinating is that SAARC is this massive organization with a direct impact on the lives of over 2 billion people. That's almost a third of the world's population.
Okay, so we're talking big numbers here, but let's break it down. What exactly is SAARC? Why should anyone care? I mean, does it really affect our daily lives?
It absolutely does. Think about it. Have you ever wondered why you can suddenly find mangoes from Pakistan at your local market? Or why your favorite Bollywood movie is a smash hit in Bangladesh? Or how countries in this region come together after a devastating earthquake? That's SAARC in action.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. So SAARC 101, give us the basics. What are we dealing with?
SAARC stands for the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. It was formed back in 1985 with the goal of promoting peace, stability, and prosperity in the region. Think of it as a platform for these countries to come together, talk about their problems, find solutions, and hopefully work towards a brighter future. The headquarters are nestled in the heart of the Himalayas, in Kathmandu, Nepal.
Kathmandu, very cool. Now, who are the players in this regional game?
We've got 8 member states: Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, each bringing its own unique culture challenges and aspirations to the table.
8 countries each with its own story. That ought to make for some interesting dynamics, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Especially when you consider the historical baggage, the power imbalances, and the occasional political friction that tends to spice things up. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start with the good stuff. What has SAARC actually achieved?
Let's talk success stories. What are some of the concrete achievements of SAARC? You know, things that go beyond just meetings and agreements.
Well, one of the most significant achievements, at least on paper, is the South Asian Free Trade Agreement, or SAFTA. This agreement aims to reduce trade barriers between member countries and boost their economies.
So like a giant duty-free shop for the entire region.
That's a fun way to think about it, although it's a lot more complicated than that. SAFTA aims to create a level playing field for businesses, encourage investment, and ultimately make goods and services more affordable and accessible across South Asia.
That sounds ambitious.
Yeah.
Has it lived up to its potential?
Well, that's where the complexities come in. While SAFTA is a step in the right direction, the road to a truly free trade zone has been bumpy. There are non-tariff barriers, political sensitivities, and implementation challenges that have slowed down its progress. But it's still a work in progress, and a testament to SAARC's commitment to economic cooperation.
Interesting. So there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than just signing a piece of paper. I'm sensing a theme here. But let's move on to other wins. What else has SAARC accomplished?
There's the South Asian University, for example. It's a unique institution established by SAARC, located in New Delhi, India. Imagine students from all 8 member countries coming together to learn, collaborate, and build friendships that transcend borders. It's a powerful symbol of SAARC's vision for regional integration.
Wait, so there's an entire university dedicated to SAARC? That's pretty impressive. What else?
Then there's the SAARC Disaster Management Center based in India. It plays a vital role in coordinating disaster relief efforts across the region, especially given South Asia's vulnerability to natural disasters like earthquakes, floods, and cyclones.
So SAARC acts as a safety net for its members in times of need.
Exactly. Think about the 2004 tsunami that devastated the region. SAARC provided a platform for member countries to coordinate relief efforts, share resources, and support each other in the aftermath of the disaster.
It sounds like SAARC is making a real difference, especially in critical situations. But let's be honest, we can't talk about SAARC without addressing the elephant in the room with the political challenges, right?
You're absolutely right. Despite its achievements, SAARC has often struggled to live up to its full potential, and much of that has to do with the political climate in the region. The biggest hurdle, of course, is the often strained relationship between India and Pakistan. It's a complex issue rooted in history, territorial disputes, and competing national interests.
It's like this underlying tension that impacts everything SAARC tries to do.
Yes, it often spills over into SAARC meetings, making it difficult to reach consensus or move forward with initiatives that require collective action.
And how does this tension play out in the perception of SAARC within the region?
Well, there's this perception of India as the big brother of SAARC. Some member countries have expressed concerns about India's dominant role, arguing that it often dictates the agenda and priorities.
So it's not just a bilateral issue between India and Pakistan. It affects the entire dynamic within SAARC.
Exactly. It creates an atmosphere of mistrust and can make smaller nations hesitant to fully engage or assert their own interests.
So we've got this political baggage that's weighing SAARC down. Are there other challenges beyond the India-Pakistan dynamic?
Definitely. Another criticism is that SAARC is often long on talk but short on action. There have been numerous agreements, declarations, and frameworks created over the years, but the implementation on the ground has been slow and often ineffective.
So a bit of a bureaucracy problem. Lots of paperwork, but not enough real progress.
You could say that. Projects get delayed, funding falls through, and the promised benefits for the people of South Asia sometimes take years, if not decades, to materialize.
Okay, so political tensions, implementation issues, anything else adding to the complexity?
Well, we can't ignore the rise of China in the region and its impact on SAARC. China has been actively engaging with South Asian nations through its Belt and Road Initiative, investing heavily in infrastructure projects across the region.
We've all heard about the Belt and Road Initiative, but how does it actually affect SAARC?
It creates this alternative power dynamic in South Asia. Some see it as an opportunity for economic development, attracting much-needed investment. Others view it with suspicion, questioning China's long-term intentions, and whether these projects truly benefit local communities.
So China's involvement adds another layer of complexity to the already complicated regional landscape. It sounds like SAARC is at a crossroads, facing internal and external pressures. So is there hope for the future? Can SAARC actually overcome these challenges and become a truly effective force for regional cooperation?
That's the million-dollar question, and to be honest, there's no easy answer. SAARC has the potential to be a powerful force for positive change in South Asia. The shared culture, the common challenges, the geographic proximity, all of this creates a unique opportunity for collaboration.
It sounds like the ingredients for success are there, but something's not quite clicking yet.
The key ingredient missing is trust. Without a genuine commitment to building trust, to addressing the concerns of all member states, SAARC will remain stuck in this cycle of unfulfilled potential. We've talked about the challenges SAARC faces, especially the India-Pakistan dynamic, but we haven't really delved into Pakistan's role specifically. It's a bit of a complicated one, isn't it?
It is, and I think it's an important conversation to have. So let's address the elephant in the room. How does Pakistan fit into this vision of a more cooperative and integrated South Asia?
Well, Pakistan's relationship with SAARC has been, let's say, a mixed bag. On the one hand, it's a founding member and has participated in various initiatives over the years. There's also a strong belief within Pakistan that regional cooperation is essential for peace and development in South Asia.
So there's a recognition of SAARC's importance, even if there are disagreements on how to achieve its goals.
Exactly. But on the other hand, there have been instances where Pakistan has been hesitant to fully engage, or has even blocked certain initiatives, often due to its complex relationship with India.
Do you have any specific examples of this?
One prominent example is the SAARC Motor Vehicles Agreement, which was aimed at making it easier for vehicles to move across borders. This would have boosted trade and connectivity, but Pakistan's reluctance to sign on ultimately stalled the project.
So it seems like Pakistan's participation in SAARC has been a bit of a two steps forward, one step back kind of situation.
That's a fair assessment, but it's important to remember that Pakistan, like any nation, has its own interests and priorities, and sometimes those interests might not perfectly align with the broader goals of SAARC.
That's understandable. Every country has to look out for itself. But how can we bridge this gap? How can we ensure that Pakistan becomes a more active and cooperative member of SAARC?
Well, it requires a multifaceted approach. First and foremost, it's about improving the India-Pakistan relationship. When the two largest and most influential members of SAARC are at odds, it creates a ripple effect throughout the entire organization.
So until that fundamental relationship is addressed, it's going to be an uphill battle for SAARC.
Yes, it makes everything more difficult. But even within this challenging context, there have been instances where India and Pakistan have managed to find common ground within the SAARC framework. For example, they've collaborated on projects like the SAARC Food Bank and the SAARC Energy Grid, recognizing that cooperation in these areas is mutually beneficial.
So it's not entirely impossible. There are areas where collaboration is possible, even amidst political tensions.
Exactly. It's about identifying those areas of shared interest, building trust through small wins, and gradually expanding cooperation into other sectors.
Okay, so we need to focus on what unites us rather than what divides us. But how do we get Pakistan on board with this approach?
Well, it requires a concerted effort from all SAARC members, including India. It's about engaging with Pakistan constructively, addressing their concerns, and demonstrating that SAARC can be a platform for achieving their own national interests as well.
So it's about showing Pakistan that they have a stake in SAARC's success. That it's not just an India-centric organization.
Precisely. It's about creating a win-win situation where all member states feel valued and empowered. It's also about recognizing that a stable and prosperous Pakistan benefits the entire region. When one country struggles, it can destabilize the entire neighborhood.
It's like that saying, we're all in the same boat.
Exactly. If one part of the boat
Yeah.
sinks, everyone goes down. So working together to address issues like poverty, terrorism, and climate change, things that affect all of South Asia, is not just about altruism, it's about self-preservation.
That's a powerful point. It reframes the whole conversation. It's not about charity. It's about collective security and prosperity.
Exactly. And I think that's a message that resonates with people across the region, regardless of their nationality or political affiliation.
Well, this has been a truly fascinating deep dive into the world of SAARC. We've explored its origins, its achievements, its challenges, and its potential, with a special focus on Pakistan's complex role in the equation. And while the future remains uncertain, one thing is clear: SAARC matters.
It matters for the people of South Asia, for regional stability, and for the global community. It's a reminder that in an increasingly interconnected world, regional cooperation is more important than ever.
So to our listeners, whether you're future diplomats, aspiring policymakers, or just engaged citizens of the world, we encourage you to stay informed about SAARC, to challenge your own assumptions, and to contribute to the conversation about its future.
The future of SAARC is not predetermined. It's shaped by the actions and choices of its member states, its people, and the global community.
And with that, we'll wrap up our deep dive into the world of SAARC. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you've gained some new insights and perspectives. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future deep dives.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.